forgot to bring Yolanda into the room. I'm super excited about it. So let me read a short stint of her bio just so you guys get an idea. Because, like he said, if you don't know, then you're living under a rock. Um, and so let me give you a quick, recap. Yolanda Frederick is a Hollywood Beauty Award winning celebrity makeup artist, skincare expert, and inventor of internationally patented iPhone makeup palette clutch case Glamour Ring. She's been a creative force in the beauty and entertainment industry since 1998. What? 1998. So that's like a career artist. So that's why I'm really excited about having her on too, because again, a lot of us, we've been doing it, or a lot of creatives are coming up, but she's actually made a career out of it. And so I want to kind of, some insight into how she's been the longevity that she's had within the career. I want to know, how do you do that? Her freelance career exploded into the scene as a key makeup artist to Grammy Award-winning trio TLC. Since then, she's blazed the industry with Usher, Ciara, Jennifer Hudson, Harrison Ford, Ludacris, Melissa Etheridge, Cassie, Outkast, Blake Lively, Gabrielle Sidibe, Dave Matthews Band, Lala Anthony, Emma Roberts, Russell Westbrook, and many more. Like, it goes on and on. She's amazing. She's major. Yolanda, can you please come into the room? I don't know if you requested yet, but we want to hear. Yolanda.
Hi. What's up?
Hi. How
are you?
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I begged EJ to get you on here.
Aww.
But it's in usual fashion. I'm like, whenever I see you, I always feel like you're glowing. Like, you always have like this radiant glow, and I feel the same way about your clients as well. Like, when I see them, when I see you, it's just kind of like, I mean, obviously you're a skincare expert, but it's just like, there's a glow to it. I love it. I want the glow.
Thank you. I had an ex-boyfriend of mine tell me that I was, what did he say? He said that I was optimistic to a fault.
What? I don't understand.
How can that be a fault?
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's just somebody trying to kill the plan,
Oh my God, exactly. But see, that's what I feel too, and I feel
but
that.
I think that's why maybe you feel that kind of energy, because I am very optimistic. So.
I feel that. Again, I felt that within seeing photos and just kind of seeing the essence of who you are, as well as your clients. And again, you wouldn't have lasted this long in the industry if, you didn't have some of those amazing qualities.
Thank you. It's been a long time, right?
It's been a long time. So, I mean, okay, it's been 25 years you've been in the game.
A little bit more than that. Since I first started doing makeup professionally in 1992.
Wow.
Was it 92 or 91? It could have been 91. When you get to be my age, you
oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's been a while. So.
Okay, what was your first gig? How did you get in?
I don't know if you're familiar with Atlanta, but there's a really amazing upscale salon in Atlanta. They have 6 locations. It's called Van Michael Salons. So I started there doing makeup and doing brow waxing, makeup touch-ups after the clients would get their haircuts, and sales. Yeah, we were in Aveda Concept Salon, so I got a lot of my training through Aveda.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, and so how did you transition? So you're from Atlanta?
No, I'm from Florida.
Okay, you're from Florida. You were in Atlanta at the time when you got started.
Yeah, I'm from a tiny town in Florida called Wabasso.
Wabasso?
Wabasso.
Okay,
W-A-B-A-S-S-O. That's Central Florida on the East Coast, like on the coastline. Okay. Between, Cocoa Beach and, I'm going to give you towns that people might know. Cocoa Beach and West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you were growing up in that small town, did you realize that you could have a career in makeup? Like you're a career artist in makeup. Did you set out on that when you were there?
No, I had no clue what I wanted to be. All I was told to do was go to school and get good grades. I just knew, like from a young age, that I was different. Um, I was always very inquisitive, very creative. I loved to make things, and I loved anything. I was a tomboy though, but I loved anything that had to do with beauty. I loved it. Like I would get into my mom's makeup. She had this fashion fair set.
Yes, fashion fair.
Yeah, like fashion fair. Like I still love fashion fair. I still use a little bit of their products. But yeah, I would get into her like makeup and play. And then I would love to look at the Essence magazines and the Jet magazines, and I would dream about like this world that
Yeah.
I had no connection to. And I figured out how to get to it. So yeah, it's
So
just
how
one of
did you
those
figure it
things
out
where
though? How did you navigate that? How did you figure it out?
I think just dreaming and walking in a forward direction. I can't really tell you like how I orchestrated that path. All I know is I just kept walking toward light and walking toward things that made me feel good.
Oh,
So
oh, that's a
yeah,
word. Yeah.
I ended up I have a college degree in communications and theater, and then we talked about labels the other day and how people define who you are based on your label or your title,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and we're in a world where people are really judgmental, and I was always told that I needed to do something really important and I needed to have a college degree. And those things came in the form of being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a
Lawyer.
business executive, that sort of thing. So that's kind of where my head was geared, but my heart wasn't in it. And I didn't really have the confidence that that was really what I was supposed to be doing. But I got a scholarship to study in Europe through the
Okay.
Rotary International Foundation, and I studied in Europe, in Belgium, at l'Université Catholique de Louvain in Louvain-la-Neuve.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I worked towards my master's degree in business. I didn't finish. I ended up getting pregnant. So I came back to Atlanta needing a job. And I
Okay.
walked into my old salon because I worked there to make money to go on this trip, to take my year abroad. And I had
Okay.
every intention on quitting. It was a throwaway job. I was like, I can do makeup. I'm creative. Like, I used to work at Belk Lindsay behind the makeup counter when I was a teenager. So I was like, I can do makeup. So I got there and I really could do makeup. I was really very just naturally geared to be able to do that and figure it out. So I came back just to say hi to my friends, needing a job. And I was married too at the time. I didn't get pregnant from some beautiful African that I met in Belgium. It didn't happen like
I mean,
that.
either
Yeah,
story, they're both beautiful. Live your
right.
life.
So I went in there, and the owner was like, the owner van was like, hey, do you need a job?
Yeah.
That's where it all started. Like the universe opened up for me and extended its arms and wrapped them around me. And, I fell in love with makeup and I wanted to, go beyond the glass ceiling at the salon because it was very limiting back in the 90s for makeup artists who look like me.
Speak on that. What's that? Give me more. Why
It's
was it
hard.
difficult to break? Was it
It was
difficult to
very,
just for
very
any
hard
makeup artist or to break into the industry?
to break into the industry, period, and to, excel and keep leveling up inside of a white salon. The salon was a white-owned salon, which I love. The people there and the owners, they were always really nice to me, but I
Yeah.
just didn't feel like I got the chances that other people got and that I wasn't taken as seriously as some people were. So I was frustrated because I hit the glass ceiling. I was at the top. I was what they call a senior master makeup artist, but I wanted to go
Okay.
into, management. And that wasn't for me. You know, when that door closed, it was like, okay, that's not for you. You need to, you know, divert, you know, you need to pick up the pieces and go in another direction. So I started looking for opportunities outside of the salon, just, you know, to try to expand my knowledge and my reach. I wanted to freelance, but I was scared. I was so scared.
Why? What was it?
Because I had a
You wanted that
daughter, I
regular
had a
check. You were
baby.
like,
I
I got
had a
bills to pay. I have to
child
go.
that I needed to take care of. I had
Got
a
it.
child. So I was like, you know, what if I get out there and I don't get any work? So, you know, that's been the story of my life though. Like I'm motivated by my fear. Like my
Ooh,
fear makes me want to accomplish more and, you know, I need to prove something to myself, so to speak.
yes.
So so being there, being frustrated, I started freelancing on the side, working on my book. And I had a few pictures in my book because I did some shoots with the salon as well. And they were really nice, but just a few. And I went on a go see at LaFace Records.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember LaFace
Yeah.
Records
Are you
back in the
kidding?
day?
Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding,
Like, oh
LaFace?
my
Like,
God.
and
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, and you were in Atlanta during that time when
I
everything
was
was exploding.
exactly, but I was a nobody. Like, okay, the artistic community in Atlanta back then, I don't know what it's like right now because you know, I work in many other places besides Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I walked into LaFace Records and out walks this bald-headed guy with a suit on, creative director, D.L. Warfield, and he was like, "Hey, do I know you?" I was like,
Yeah.
"No, you don't." And he was like, "Is your name Yolanda Brown? And did you used to work at Marriott in St. Louis?" And I'm like, "What the heck? Who is this
What?
guy?" Like,
How did
he's
he
the
know? Like,
FBI. He was a intern at the company that my first job out of college.
oh, I love that.
I'm sitting next to a girl who has two portfolios,
And he remembers you.
and I
Ap-
got the job
and you got the job. Wait,
working with this.
EJ just said something. Explain a go see.
Oh, a go-see is when you either your agent tells you about a job and you go to do like an interview or an audition. That's a go-see.
Gotcha. Okay. Carry on. And you got the
Yes,
job at the go see.
I got the job at the go-see. Um, Esperanza was the artist, and she was a new artist at LaFace Records, and they tried me out with her. And from there, guess who my next client was?
Who? Tia, is that
T-Boz.
when? T-
T-Boz. From there, from Esperanza to T-Boz. I was like, are you kidding me? Is this really happening?
and
So
this
my
is
journey
because
was
you
really
had
a little
you stepped
different.
out on faith in that moment and
And
went into the freelance world
it
and
just
then
swooped me up and put its arms around me. And, you know, I was nervous and scared. And, you
was
know,
T-Boz then?
T-Boz was T-Boz then. Like
Okay, okay.
that was
Okay.
right before Fan Mail came out.
Oh.
So I did that whole project. Like
Yes.
that opened a whole new world for me.
Oh
Like
my
I worked with them on that project, and I didn't do the album cover because I wasn't around for that. But
gotcha.
I did many of the other things after that with her, Rosanda, and sometimes I would work with Left Eye, but mostly
Rest in
T-Boz
peace.
and Rosanda.
Gotcha. That is so amazing. And so then you went on
So
to work with all of it, you know,
Usher,
Ludacris,
Outkast,
Usher,
Goody
Outkast.
Mob.
You did the Miss
Yeah.
Jackson video.
Yes, I did.
Gagging. It's too
I
much.
did.
Tell me, give
And
me something about that. Tell me a moment, please.
Miss Jackson. Okay. F. Gary Gray.
Iconic. Drop all the names.
You know, I just I was walking in a cloud in a dream. Like it was
Wow.
like I had actually imposter syndrome a lot. Like, am I supposed to be here? Like, why
Mmm.
am I here? Like,
Mmm.
why is this happening to me? And those were some of my insecurities that I had to fight through in my earlier days. And people back in those days were mean.
Really? I feel like
The
now
the
because social
ADs,
media is so mean. Oh, then yeah. Okay,
no,
got it.
there was no social media then.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
There was
exactly. There was no
none of that
social
was
media.
there.
That's
Like that,
I was saying in
those were the
comparison.
dinosaur days. Like that was, what do
Yes.
you call it? BSM, before social media.
Before social media, yes.
Yeah.
BSM. Oh my
Yeah, like,
gosh. A
yeah,
whole nother world. It
a
seems
whole
like a
nother
world
world,
away.
like before Christ. Like it was before social media.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we had to get out and we had to go places with our books, and we had to FedEx our books places, and we had to go sit down and talk to people and have them critique our books and tell us what we needed in it, and what wasn't working, what we needed to take out of it, just to try to shape us into the artists that could go out and work and get jobs. I would find myself many times feeling very deflated, because as a Black woman, I just felt like I wasn't getting the opportunities that I should have been getting, because people put you into a category. You can only do this kind of makeup. And that's what I fought against pretty much my whole career. And in Atlanta is a very ethnic city, so to speak,
Yes.
when concerning music and art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have a great influence in that area. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
I worked where the work was available and who was presenting it to me. But I learned how to do makeup on white women.
Got you.
So
So
I
you,
mean, I could do that, and
yeah.
I always had the skill set to be able to do that. But, I've always traditionally been hired to do makeup on ethnic skin. So that was a battle for me, getting
Got you.
jobs in the commercial industry and, in fashion and stuff like that was really difficult, because you always have to prove yourself. Plus, people were mean. People were mean in music and fashion.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's still a little bit of that still going on.
A
But
little,
how,
but I feel like people are really nice these days, because you have to be. There's so many more options out there for people to choose concerning
uh,
talent, and there's so many other ways to market products that people aren't stuck having to deal with, you know, people who are not nice.
not nice. Yeah. It's like, okay, somebody else next
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
yeah.
how did you push past that time when you were talking about you felt like you had imposter syndrome? And so obviously that is not your story today. You know you're supposed to be in the rooms
Right.
that you're in. So
Yeah. I've
how did
earned it.
you've earned it, period.
Yes. I've worked
So
really, really hard.
got you. How did you work through that though to get to the point where you knew
Well,
that?
just meditating and self-affirming, educating myself, pushing
Mm-hmm.
the envelope creatively, um, always being busy, um, and growing my talent, growing my knowledge and my techniques. All of those things, just pushing myself to be the best artist that I could be,
Yeah.
was what I needed to do to make myself feel comfortable doing what I love to do. So,
Got you. Got you.
yeah,
Exactly. So it was about your self-education and making
yeah,
sure that you felt solid enough in terms of your skill set to be in
right.
those rooms. Got
Absolutely.
you.
Being open too, being open to constructive criticism, and being able to set my ego, my pride aside to learn from everybody. Like, I don't set myself on a pedestal thinking that I can never learn anything new concerning makeup. This business
Mm,
is always evolving. There's
yeah.
always something new. I learn new things all the time from the younger artists. And I take those things and I incorporate what I need to enhance my own craft without losing my integrity, or without losing, what my take on, my perspective on my creativity is. So,
Yes. That's beautiful.
yeah.
I love it. Okay. Tell me, okay, so we're light years away from that time.
Yeah.
What are the
Light years.
what were the milestones along the way that got I mean, again, what most people present day probably would know you for is Ciara and all of the Ciara, Jennifer Hudson work that you do, because it seems like you're never not with them.
Right.
And so a
I'm
lot of
never
people
not
know
with them. Yeah.
you're never not with them. I was gonna ask, do you live with Ciara? No, I'm joking.
No,
No, but
I
that was a
should though.
joke. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you're always there. You've been there for the weddings, for the babies, for
Yeah.
the all the moments, the videos, the awards. It's so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, which I want to get to. But what were some of the key milestones along the way to getting there?
Well, first of all, I really feel that makeup chose me, that this business chose me. And I am grateful, that, this happened I can't even say the word, like,
Serendipitously, I think.
serendipitously.
Something like that.
Yes. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. Serendipitously. It happened. So through knowing how much I was blessed to have an opportunity like this, I always felt that I needed to measure up. So I took, steps toward, being the best makeup artist that I could be. And that being walking through doors, like walking through LaFace Records and, saying yes to opportunities, never saying no to opportunities. I worked a lot with artists back in the day in Atlanta, pretty much all of them here. And then I started to meet people from LA because I was always on production sets and people would fly me out here and there. And, I kind of, built my network and cultivated that, by showing respect, coming to work, ready to work, coming to work, prepared to work, and always exhibiting the highest professionalism that I could.
Yes.
So that kind of secured my network of people, and people could depend on me, and they said, oh yeah, Yolanda, when she comes, everything's going to be good. She's going to be on time, she's going to have what everybody needs, her kit's going to be clean, and she's going to bring her good attitude with her.
Yes,
So
bring that good attitude with
that
you.
energy is what brought me back to work. And so realistically, historically, all of my clients have been repeat clients.
Yeah.
Sometimes, people move on or their career changes or whatever, but I could go back to any of my clients and they would have nothing bad to say about me. Like I could go back and work with these people again. That would be no problem, because those are the things that I left. Those are the things that I left behind. Those are, you are given one chance to show up correctly and to establish yourself and your reputation. And that follows you throughout your whole career. So you can ask any of my clients anything about Yolanda and they'll say, oh, she was professional.
Yes.
They couldn't say anything, I don't think they could say anything about me, because, when I came to work, I took it seriously. And it was really about the work. So I got to do music videos, commercials, TV, movies. I got to do all of that stuff because of these people that I established these really great relationships with. I connected many years ago with the director, Dave Meyers. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he does amazing work.
Yeah, amazing work.
And for that reason, like, he saw the talent in me and he gave me a chance. Like we were shooting Bombs Over Baghdad and he was like, hey, I need this body painting.
Wait. Did y'all see how she did that real quick? We were shooting Bombs Over Baghdad. Iconic. Like,
I ran across a picture of me and Andre 3000 on that set yesterday. I was like, oh my God, like I did all this, it makes me feel good about myself to know that, I walked through my fear and I said yes to those challenges. He was like, yeah, I need body painting. I need 3 purple girls. And then I need, he wanted this one girl to have a skull face or whatever. He showed me all these pictures of what he wanted. And I was like, okay, I could not do that. I was like, I said, yeah, So in 3 days, we're shooting a video. I can't do that. Like, what am I gonna do? What's gonna happen?
You're like, I'm gonna figure it
So
out.
I got in front of my computer and I did research. I painted my daughter. I painted my brother's face. Like, I started doing things to prepare myself to, meet the challenge. Like, it's like speed. I put myself on speed dial. So I was going 100 miles per hour, literally trying to figure out how I was going to get it done. And I did it. Like, he
I
was
know.
happy and he hired
I
me
know.
again doing more body painting for other things. Um, but I learned early in my career not to say no.
Explain. What do you mean by not to say no?
Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say, I'm sorry. Don't be afraid to say yes. Don't say no to things. Say yes and then figure it out. Because those kinds of challenges forces you to step up to the plate. Seriously.
Mm.
The first time that I worked with Ciara, my friend from LaFace, I can't think of her name. Let me think. Falana Williams.
Falana
Um,
Williams. Yes.
do you know Falana?
Yeah, I know Falana.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes. I love Falana. She was at Motown when I worked at Universal. Yeah.
Yeah, she was at LaFace in Arista. But she was like, I found this girl, Yolanda, and she is a star. She's a, she was like, I will tell you you can't lose with this person. She's a star. Like, and her name's Ciara. But we don't have any money. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. So I think the first time that I worked with her, I did her makeup for a video they were shooting for Arista or LaFace. She was going to prom, and they
She was
needed to
going to
document.
prom.
She was 16. She was going to prom.
You've known Ciara since she was 16?
16, long time.
Wow.
And so,
Ah,
um,
that's
so
crazy.
they had maybe a couple $100. At that time, I was used to working for. I think back in the 90s when I was working, my day rate was anywhere between 1,800 and 2,500 a day on an 8-hour day.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the 90s, you said?
I remember like when I started
That's
working with
that's let's
TLC,
be clear, that's good, right?
that's really good.
Yeah, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm
No.
like, I'm hyped.
So like
I
she
want
was like,
that
oh,
rate
we got a
today. I
couple.
was like,
She was like, oh, we got a couple $100, and I said, fine. I was like, you believe in her? She was like, yeah, she's a star. I was like, okay, well, so do I. And that's how that happened. Don't say no. Like, don't ever get to a point in your life where you feel like, you're beyond something, because you never know how that thing can bless your life.
oh,
That was a blessing that's still blessing me. Um,
still
18
blessing
years,
you.
18 years later.
That is so
That was an
beautiful.
opportunity that, I could have easily said, no, I don't want to do that because I didn't need the money and it was very little money, but I did it because my friend asked me to do it, first of all, and she believed in her. And secondly, after I started working with her, I believed in her. I
Oh,
was like, oh my gosh, she's a star. She's amazing. Like, so yeah. So, those
ah,
types of things are the stepping stones, the staircase that got me to where I am today. Just being um, professional, having great energy, saying yes to things that challenge me, being prepared, and putting my ego on the back shelf.
oh. I mean, that's also, yeah, that's a lot to take in. That's amazing. That's beautiful. So
Yeah.
you've been with Sierra since, again, that's her entire adult life at this point.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. So how's that been? How is it when you're on this journey with someone who's in the public eye. I mean, and you've seen it as she's grown in the public eye and all the things she's been through. And you're there in the most intimate moments, in the most
Yeah.
exciting moments, right before the moments. Like, how does that feel? Like, I don't even know. What do you have to say about that?
Wow. Well, you go from um, being in awe of the process and everything you're seeing, taking it all in, and then you go to a place where you get used to it, and you're bored, and you're like, when is this day going to be over? It depends on what it is. When we're doing the cover of a major magazine, that's exciting for me. That's really exciting. Videos have exciting moments, but then you have moments where, you want to shoot yourself because you're ready to go home because you're at the 18th hour and you're over it. But the most interesting thing is watching this person evolve into this really amazing artist. Watching her from being a little girl, basically, to becoming a woman, that was interesting. And it's even more interesting now from the perspective of the present and being able to look back on those years, that we've gone through and those challenges that we've encountered and, how we've overcome, all of these things together, being two business women working together and respecting each other, respecting the game, and never giving up on our dreams. And being in the presence of that kind of energy also trickles down. And that's one thing that I try to do is I always try to surround myself by people who are like-minded or people who know more than I do.
Ooh, major key.
You can't learn anything if you're the smartest person in the room.
So true.
Yeah.
So
And then
true.
you can't really learn anything or hear anything if you're always talking. So a lot of times, in these scenarios, whatever they may be concerning work, I'm quiet. I work, I work and I respond. I'm polite. I respond. I listen, but I don't talk. And I realize that, I think the reason that I've had a 25-year plus career is that I've never been the one who was trying to be the talent or an artist or be self-absorbed or be in front of the camera. I just really wanted to do my job and do the best job that I could. So I think people really respect that and they feel comfortable with that. And in what we do, because we're in close proximity to that person and their life and their physical presence, we have to learn how to do that dance.
Yeah.
We can't step on toes. We can't offend people. You can't make people feel like you can't be trusted.
Mm.
They have to feel really comfortable with you, and I think that's part of what it is. Maybe I don't know. I just know that I'm grateful and I'm blessed that God has given me favor.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of it is that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to being a female. I think in dual respects, like a female working for a female can be problematic, and a female working for a male can be problematic as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are
You
the
know,
challenges with a female working with a female?
well, um,
And you have
when
lots
I
of,
come to
and you have,
work, I'm not shabby. I'm not shabby. I'm not.
you're not. No, you show up.
Because I'm selling, what am I selling? I'm selling beauty, right? So I need to be, you know,
Done.
presentable.
beautiful. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
Then
need
you
to
look
be
like you look. You're showing up glowing. They might be a little
right.
dusty
And
or
they're looking at me
ashy, and
like,
you're like,
oh, she got me. She's good. She got me. But on the other hand, sometimes females can be threatened by that.
mm, understood. Ooh,
So I've had a few encounters where I knew that person was not feeling me, but it wasn't anything that I did. It was just,
who you
what it
are and how
was.
well who they are more so than who you are.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Right. Because
I
I never come to work with intent. My intent is to beat your face and get my check. I got things to do. I
I
got
got
to pay
things to
bills.
do. I
I
came to
gotta
beat
pay
your
bills and
face.
take care of my kid and my family and get back to my husband.
Oh
Like
my,
that's my intent. You know, um,
that is
and working
beautiful.
with men, the dynamic is you have to be kind of guarded. You kind of have to, build an invisible wall. You
Mm,
can't be, a turnoff or offensive to people, but you kind of have to have boundaries to where that person's going to respect you as a professional and not take advantage of the fact that you're a female.
mm, yes,
Do you understand
yes.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So how?
So,
So
I could have fallen victim to that Me Too movement many a times, but
I'm sure
I'm
you working
scared.
in the
I'm too
industry like
scary. I'm scary. I'm like, nah, no, that's not what I'm gonna
you
do.
like I'm doing my
No,
work, my
Jesus.
head is down, I don't know what's going on.
I pretend like I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh my
I
gosh,
just,
wait.
in my
Someone
head, I'm like, did he just say that? Maybe I was hearing things. Let me just keep working, you know? So yeah, you have to go into work and approach your life and your career with purpose.
with purpose.
What is your purpose?
Oh, wait a minute. Before I get to this question, speak to that purpose.
Purpose. Okay, let me talk about purpose in terms of how it, pertains to me. Um, I always loved when I did someone's makeup, how their face just lit up and how they smiled and how they're like, oh my God, I look so beautiful. I feel so good. And just feeling that energy, that positivity that they're radiating just because of the way they feel about the way they look, and
Yes.
people's perception of beauty can be many things. It's according to your own perspective. Like some people like fat eyebrows, some people like thin eyebrows, some people like red lipstick, some people like nude lipstick. I am always challenged with trying to figure out what it is that this client likes so they can be happy.
Mm.
Because I can project onto you what I think is going to look good on you according to what's going on in the world and what's on trend and this and that. But that truly might not be what you think looks good on you,
Ooh,
right?
right.
You might not like it.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to figure that out when I'm working with people. That's a part of the purpose. And if I can nail that and if I can hit my target and this person blossoms and then I see a picture and I'm like, oh yes, I did it. She's radiant. Like she's killing it. She's flawless. Like stunning. If I'm
Yes.
doing that, then I know that I've done my job and I've made this person happy and I made this transaction count.
Yes.
In terms of work, that's what my purpose always is. Because if I don't do that in my heart, I can't sleep.
Wow.
Even if they think they look great and I see a picture, I'm on my phone like this, trying to touch the picture up. I'm like, if I can just get this brow down to match the other one, oh my God, then I would be okay. I'm like, it vexes my spirit. And I'm up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning looking at that picture going, Jesus Lord, maybe they won't post that one.
Oh
Maybe
my
that one will go
God.
away. You know? Um,
I I love
So
that. I
yeah,
love that you're that invested
on
in it.
a micro level, that's a part of my purpose. But on a macro level, my bigger purpose is seeing someone feel good because they look good. And I myself, when I get up in the morning and I do my hair and put on makeup and get myself together, I feel better.
Yes.
So I know that that's a real thing, you
Yeah.
know. I see how people move, like how they walk, um, how they pose, how they talk to people when they think they look good.
You're so
It's
much more
it's
than a makeup artist. Like, what's
it's
your real like this? You can do makeup. I mean, you obviously beat
it's
a
called
face, but
wisdom. I've been doing this a long
wisdom.
time, and I watch people. I study people. I watch and study. I watch and study. I study people because you know what I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to be and what it is I don't want to be. I
Mm.
see somebody and I'm like, I don't want to be that right there. And I write it down in my little book here,
Oh,
file it in my mental Rolodex. I don't want to be that, because that's ugly. That's not cool. Like, I don't like that. And the things that I want to be are the things that I keep at the forefront of my mind and in my heart so that every day I'm trying to be that person. I have my bad days though. I've had some bad days. We all do.
yeah.
But it's imperative that we get up, we pick ourselves up and, we try to do better. When I mess up somebody's makeup the next time, I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna kill it next
I'm gonna
time.
kill it because I gotta redeem myself. You know what I mean? Like because we mess up sometimes. We're not
Yeah,
perfect. I'm not perfect, but what makes me perfect is my pursuit of always feeling good about what I do. Always feeling good about what I do, and to me, that's perfect.
that is beautiful. Oh, here's a good question someone had. Um, how did you manage to not outgrow your client? So you and Ciara have been together forever. How did you guys, and like you said, you're two business women growing together. So how did
Hmm.
you guys manage that? It feels like a relationship.
Hmm. Let me ask you something. Who was the person? What was her name,
Oh,
right?
her name is Letitia. It's her name.
Letitia. Let me ask you something. You can also ask her how did she manage not to outgrow me. She's younger. I could be her mom. Like she's younger, and her life is on a whole different beat sometimes than mine. Um, and when you have agents and managers trying to figure out, hey, what's going to make this work or what's going to make that work, and maybe we need to do this, maybe we need to change that. Sometimes your name comes up in the pot that goes, maybe we need to try another makeup artist. Like maybe this.
That's real talk. It happens all the time.
Okay, so back to how do I not outgrow my client? Because I'm loyal. I'm loyal. You know, I'm loyal to people who are loyal to me. So if you're committed to that, then you keep leveling each other up. Like she'll be like, Yolanda, let's
Oh,
try this. Let's try, right? She'll be
right.
like, Yoli, I saw this the other day and I think maybe we should try that. Maybe we should, not do the red lipstick or I think I want to do this. And
Hmm.
me being the person that I am who's always open, I'm like, okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's try it. And then we're going to take a picture of it with the lights off. So we'll see how you're going to look in that dark room. So we don't want no flashback or we don't want no bad pictures. Like we kind of like
Hmm.
do checks and balances with each other to make sure that we're giving each other our best all the time. And outgrowing her, like even if I work with other clients, I don't know. I just don't ever really feel like I have ever had to ask myself that question. Because I don't think if I started doing something else, like if I started working with someone else, I don't think that I would never be able to work with any of my other clients. That would literally just make me even more marketable and more in demand. Sometimes when people see you doing other things, they want you even more. That just
This
kind
is
of
true.
solidifies your, where you are in your career, or just gives you a little bit more validity.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know if, yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Somebody said no flashback. I hate flashback. Oh my God. So in order not to get flashback, what we do, well, of course, you have to tailor your products and pick the ones that are going to give you that really pretty, seamless see-through finish, right? You don't want that chalky, opaque stuff that goes on, especially in a dark room. So what we do is we turn off all the lights and we take a picture of the makeup. And if
Ah,
it looks like it's going to be that, then I have to go back in and fix it.
I love it. Tricks of
So
the trade. That's
yeah,
that wisdom. That's
yeah.
that
So
wisdom.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
Okay. You know what? What's the hardest aspect of working with celebrities? Someone wants to know.
Um,
Tasha.
Speaking for me, from a technical perspective, um, my celebrity clients do 200 things at one time. Okay, so we have 2 hours to get ready. If you know if we're lucky, we have 2 hours to get ready. So they have to get their hair done, their nails done, a back massage, um, facial. They have to get all that stuff plus makeup done at one time. And I'm like, really? Really? Or, oh, I need to wash my hair. I'm like, really? You couldn't have done that last night? Like, really?
Yes, time management.
Time management.
Time
Yeah, it's
management. Yeah,
time
schedules all
management.
over the
Yeah.
place. Yes.
Can we say time management? But yeah, the biggest challenge is having a lot of things going on at one time. So you really have to tweak your skill set so that you're able to work with all of that going on in the room. Um, you're trying to do, eye makeup in their head is doing this, or, the nail girl is under your feet. Like, it's a
It's
lot.
a
And
lot. It's a lot
yeah,
going on. It's a lot going on. Okay, wait, Yolanda, we only have 6 minutes. I'm about to ask you
that's
some
it.
quick. I know it
Okay.
all happened so fast.
I thought it was gonna be like so long.
I
Okay,
know.
ask me
Okay.
a good question. Okay, let me see.
Well, I want to get to your invention. I want to get to the glamour ring.
Oh, glamoring. Yay.
Yeah, tell the
Okay,
people. Make it 2 minutes
glamoring.
because I got other sections too. Go.
Okay, so glamoring. It's a makeup iPhone clutch case with the lighted vanity, and the makeup palettes are completely refillable, replaceable. But you don't need this to carry your little mini case. I did my face with glamoring,
Really?
except for the lipstick because I have on a brown lipstick today. But yeah, I can do
Yeah. She's sitting. Yeah.
glamoring palettes. Give you everything you need, packed in one little small palette. It's packed with punch, people. This makeup really works. I customized this makeup for my case, and I love it. I carry this everywhere I go. We're actually working on Glamoring 2.0 right now, which will work with all the popular smartphones because this works with iPhone up to the 8 Plus. But we're not in production, but we're in the development phases right now. This COVID has put us a little bit behind schedule, but
Yeah.
we're going to come out with an amazing Glamoring 2.0 that'll fit and work with all phones because we believe in making everything easy on the go glam for busy women like me or busy people like me. So yeah.
I love it. What's your favorite music video that you've ever done?
Gosh, that's hard. Bombs over Baghdad.
Bombs over Baghdad. Yes,
Oh my God,
iconic.
it was insane. I loved it. Like I was so proud of myself. Simply because of that, whole thing with the body painting, like not knowing what I was doing, and in 3 days figuring out how to airbrush and do all of this fun stuff that they needed to make their video amazing. So I still look at it today and think that I did that. Like,
You did that. It
yeah,
goes down in history. You did
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Favorite magazine cover?
Ah, favorite magazine cover in style.
Which one?
The one we just recently did last year with Ciara. I love that cover.
Oh, I gotta look at it. Okay, I'm looking at it
I
later. I
love
don't
that
remember.
cover.
I don't remember. Okay. You know what? No, I don't have time. So tell me this. I
Okay.
want you to tell the people, creatives, or makeup artists, like the best piece of advice you've ever been given, or just giving them the best piece of advice you could give them right now.
Um, the best piece of advice that I could give a makeup artist trying to break into the industry is to get out there and test and do the work. Test with photographers as much as possible. And when you get an opportunity, show up right the first time. Show up right. Show up with a clean kit. Show up on time. Show up with positive energy, and talk less, listen more. You'll learn something.
Talk less, listen more is
Talk less, listen more.
that's the gem. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Yolanda, you're so amazing. I wish I had more
Thank
time.
you. Me
Like it all happened
too.
so fast, but I'm so
I
glad
know it
we were able
does.
to have this moment. I'm such a
Thank you
fan
for
of your
inviting
work. Are
me.
you
I would
kidding?
love to do this
Absolutely.
again sometime.
You
Yeah.
okay? So yes, again sometime. Yes.
Yes and yes.
Okay, EJ, did you get that? She said she's willing to come back again. So we're gonna make it happen. Okay. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
honey.
Keep shining, keep glowing, keep that positive energy flowing throughout the industry. It's amazing, and you can
Thank
feel
you.
it. Honestly, we can
Thank you.
all
And the
feel it.
same to you.
Thank
Keep going
you.
on your journey.
Thank
This is a
you.
beautiful platform, and I look forward to coming back again.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thanks,
Of course. You're
guys.
family
Thanks
now.
for
You're part
tuning
of our
in.
community. You're part of our community now, okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, I love her. Oh my gosh. She glows. Like I feel like when she opens her makeup kit, it just glows, and everyone that she touches just shines and radiates. I love her, and I love her. Thank you, EJ, for making that happen. Thank you so much, Yolanda, for coming on. I appreciate you so much. Um, all right, guys. So tonight at 8 p.m. we are premiering our docu series on Jawara, his Paris Fashion Week run. I'm so excited about it. We covered him at the Crochet Show, the Mugler Show, and the Off-White Show. It's a three-part piece. Tonight is the Crochet Show at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow is the Mugler Show at 8 o'clock. And Saturday is the Off-White Show. And it's going to premiere on our IGTV. It's a short. It's dope. He's dope. He's amazing. He's a hair artist, a hair genius. We absolutely love Jawara. And he's going to be on tomorrow to talk about it. We trying to roll stuff out like we a network. We're a platform, and we do original content. We have, regular programming. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm really excited about it. So please support it. Share it, watch it, come see Jawar tomorrow. Love up on him. It's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much, Yolanda, again. Thank all of you guys. I am now clocking out. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Well, see you tonight, 8 o'clock. Jawara, IGTV, Paris Fashion Week. All right, bye.